look, there's no time to write scripts for this. This thing is just proceeding too fast. Leading theoretical physicists have no idea that this manuscript, the Revelation of Baha'u'llah, completely predicted what they would be discovering. These videos are designed to reach the masses, specifically to reach the youth. There's no teleprompter here I'm reading from, and this is just raw. The youth are going to need to be, and they're just naturally going to be in the forefront of the paradigm shift that is coming. And so this is researcher's log. Space-time date is 16 September 2025. There are some people who are very familiar with this manuscript because of its sacred nature, and they accept the sacred claims that are made in this manuscript. But the deeper understanding that is coming out, that is starting to emerge from this manuscript, is outside the scope that most people are familiar with. And as far as physical science goes, as far as theoretical physics, manuscript isn't even on the radar. We have a complete physics paper ready to go to put on the website. And this paper will allow us to finally give the manuscript, the Revelation of Baha'u'llah, some scientific backing. These are scientific theories of physical and non-physical reality that are emerging from a deeper understanding of this manuscript in a way that shows the manuscript actually predicted what was going to happen in modern day science, specifically quantum physics, by proposing the same theories that are being put forward now by leading physicists, theoretical physicists. What happened today is primarily looking into how to integrate the paradigm shift that is coming. What we've done is we've looked back onto the two previous big paradigm shifts in physical science, and look, there's more that came after this. But as far as what the general public is aware, that is the paradigm shift of Einstein's theory of special relativity, followed by general relativity. And then the second big paradigm shift was quantum mechanics. First, the math came out, but then there was this whole idea of what this meant. But what we're looking at is we've seen how youth were in the forefront of these scientific paradigm shifts. Einstein was young when he's only 26 years old when he proposed the theory of special relativity. But then in the quantum mechanics, there were a bunch of, again, youth in the forefront. We're talking about huge names in physics, huge names today: Heisenberg, Pauli, Dirac, people like that were actually like 20 years old, 26, in their early to mid 20s, and they were really empowered by Niels Bohr, because the youth are going to also need to be, and they're just naturally going to be, in the forefront of the paradigm shift that is coming. And I'm not going to tell you a whole lot about that paradigm shift in this particular researcher's log, other than to say that mainstream peer-reviewed papers are out by well-established physicists: Harvard, Cambridge, Stanford, Oxford, Princeton, Caltech. These places, these are mainstream physicists, have now established that non-physical reality exists. What do we mean by this? Well, you have physical reality, right? Like me, the desk, this studio. This is all physical reality. What I'm talking about is they've now established that something else exists, something beyond this, something behind this. So you have this world, the physical things, physical reality. Within that, as you go within inside atoms and in the space in atoms, you enter the quantum world. Quantum is just, you can think of it as referring to what goes on in space is smaller than atoms. Well, what they're finding out is beyond this quantum world, beyond space-time, there's a non-physical reality from which space-time emerges, from which this physical world emerges. And this is inside, folded within physical reality. One of our purposes is to take mainstream, peer-reviewed papers in leading journals and show how this manuscript, which is over 100 years old, show how this manuscript predicted these discoveries by putting forth the same exact theories. Now, of course, they didn't use the terminology of today's physics because these things weren't known, right? Like conformal field theory, de Sitter space, anti-de Sitter space. These things weren't known. This whole, what is a hologram? The whole holographic theory, that wasn't known back then. But they said the same thing, just in different words. My name is William Johns, or GRISNR.